Hello, hello. Welcome to the early morning. Just kidding, not that early. Well, depending on where you live, haha. But we're here. Welcome back. This is actually my final, I guess, stream related to Romancing Saga 3's Platinum Trophy. I'm very excited. So, in our file, we only have a little bit of side questing to go. And then after that, it is time to get this party started with the final part of the game. So leading up to everything, we have Castle Leonin. We also have to do the Arc Lord Tower, which is down here. And then we need to do all the Sinistral final stuff. So before we get started with our side questing, sorry, we also have the Phantom Maze. Before we get into those three areas, I am going to the Fire Fortress because I need to take out Aunus to complete the 4 Sinistrals and kick off the rest of the game. So I'll go ahead and do the looting in this place, just because. Might as well loot the stuff. And then the monster here, actually, the minion here does drop the Hydra leather, which is needed to make the Hydra skin vest. So it is a bit of a question of, do you farm that? You can find the monster inside of the Phantom Maze to try to get the item. But the two things in question related to the blacksmith are the Hydra leather, which is from a Hydra, and then the Obby feather or Obby wing, which is from the Griffin. Both of those make the Hydra skin vest and the feathered boots, respectively. But if you're not trying to be a boot person, or if you're content with the armor that you have, then you could just not. Because those are the two that are the hardest to obtain, since you have to farm an enemy drop. In this situation, you can bypass the blacksmith for those two items just by making the other stuff that precedes those. Because those two items are basically gatekeeping your dragon skill stuff. So if you're able to make everything, or most everything, then you'll be able to just go right into the nice stuff. Also, you're seeing pretty high damage from the Ghoul Gulper, that frog. That's like the elevation in enemy difficulty. Still not there yet, as far as like really hard stuff, but we are pretty high up at this point. This won't come into play too much longer because we're not going to be doing random encounters once blacksmithing is done. Obviously, I may run into the occasional enemy, but overall, we're not going to be specifically running into stuff to get the blacksmith count up. Also, I firmly believe by this point I would be getting Rook closer to like 700 health. This was a big eye-opening surprise for me that Rook is in the lower end this time, even though his stamina is super high. That's probably the saddest part of my run so far, is, wow, this is the lowest Rook's ever been, and I'm blown away by that. All good at the end of the day because we don't need that much health. We really don't. But it does help. Also, these are minions, so we're always going to be in the right formation. And of course, because we're in formation, Paul's really fast. Paul destroys everything. So it is worth it to run into these monsters. Just be careful because they do throw out celestial dust, and that can be pretty painful. This is also the map that I choose to do my farming when I'm doing a speedrun. There's a particular enemy that spawns here that is just rather high level. So we can take the opportunity to quickly destroy it with Paul, and then once we have about 400 to 450 health with our lowest health person, we can defeat Aunus and then complete the rest of our speedrun from there. That's always the main thing that holds me back. We have all the items, we just don't have the health. So this enemy right here is the one that I farm. Now, in farming, I don't use Millionaire, I use Multi-Shot, I think. Was doing some testing to see if there was another skill that would be as effective but faster. Haven't tried out and figured that part, or haven't figured that part out yet. Here we go. So, still on the table for me. But it is stuff that I think about. Like, what's a faster skill that will destroy this? But there aren't that many super high-powered bow arts. Millionaire, of course, is just powerful in general. Multi-Shot is actually based on the weapon level, so the strength increases as the level increases, which is why Minstrel's really good for this, because Minstrel has 50 bow. So Minstrel would just be able to immediately wipe the floor with stuff using Multi-Shot. However, don't have to use Multi-Shot because Minstrel also has Max Sword. Max Sword is good because I can use Doppelslasher, which isn't very slow. I think Doppelslasher is faster than Millionaire. So maybe it would pay off to have Minstrel using that. But, you know, things for me to think about in the future. Also, Rook has got an HP. Wow, well that's why. Rook has the lowest HP, so... whenever your team has the opportunity to gain stats, if no one is eligible for a stat increase, then your lowest HP character gets +1 HP. In this case, since Rook is the lowest HP character, he's getting +1, that's why he keeps showing up all the time. And I'll do a quick showcase of increased stats, like getting my HP up, once I get all the loot in this area. Actually, this area works because this monster is what I usually grind. So that one was not Rook gaining a little HP, that was Rook gaining normal HP because someone else also got HP up. Already looking pretty good for me. Getting some nice HP growth to start. I'm wondering, does he have the most health? No, not yet. Okay. And by the most health, I meant, does Rook now move out of lowest HP? But unfortunately, they're all kind of floating in the same range. Not to worry. Okay, cool. So I feel pretty content. I just also getting my kills up because of blacksmithing. This fight actually can be a little bit tricky if you don't have high-powered skills or arts. But again, Millionaire wipes the floor with most anything. So normally I come in this room and grind the 5 enemies, leave, come back in, and then I repeat that until my HP is where I desire it. Sutro armor is in the same vein as the Gimbu armor. And the Byakko armor and the I forgot the other armor name. Soryu, I think? I like the HP of the characters right now. They're all in a pretty good spot. So Oanes is an interesting monster because of it using a lot of water-based attacks. So if you get Gimbu armor or fish scales or scale armor, then you could pretty much stop their attacks altogether. Not the physical ones, but at least the water ones. Here's the final scroll, Crimson Flare. So if you're playing the game, you're like, hey, I want to use mages, that's totally cool. Love mages in most forms. Here's your chance to, depending on what characters you have, you may be able to use all 4 of the fusion spells. Or you're like, hey, I'll just do one of them. All of that is fine. Oh, maybe open the chest. Cool. So now we're very, very, very close to being done with our Sinistral. I actually like the Fire Fortress because it's not very long. This would be in my head, this would be the second easiest. Now the boss is not the second easiest. Aunis and I have a very heavy love-hate relationship. I love Aunis because the design is cool. I hate Aunis because the flame mantle damages the party. So the trick here with those bosses, if you do contact damage, it has its own aura shield, and it will deal fire damage to anyone who touches it. So you want to do non-contact damage. Okay. So it depends on your weapon and what abilities you can use. For this situation, I'm going to avoid dying, so I'm going to put on non-contact spells. It's not a hard fight, so it will be fine. And I think this is also my pitch for why it's necessary to switch away from an axe user. Because if I don't do Silver Hand, then I would be able to just do 3 Doppelslashers, and they never do contact damage. It's also an extremely powerful attack, so it's worth thinking about. Also, we just saw Sarah and the young boy together. Those are the 2 children of Destiny. That happens when you fight your 4th Sinistral. And then if you had an empty slot, the young boy would actually join your party. However, if you have the slots filled, the young boy does not join your party, and you get all the equipment from him. Just like that, we're done. Doesn't have a lot of health, but, you know, don't touch it and you win. No problem. The reason why young boy joins your party is the Child of Destiny should open the Abyss Gate. However, Sarah says no and pushes the young boy out. she's going to be the one to save the world. Maybe. So now we have a lengthy cutscene, which is why I wanted to wait. Because basically, I am ready for endgame. This cutscene alone, it reveals what we're supposed to do to find the 5th Abyss Gate. Since the 4 Abyss Gates were closed, but there's the shift in the planets, the stars have not changed, then there must be something else manipulating that, which reveals there is a 5th Abyss Gate. So the 4 shadow versions of the Sinistrals, they were basically diversions in this case. So now we'll be able to find the 5th Abyss Gate and kick the butt of our 5 nemesis. 4 being the Sinistrals, the 5th one being the final boss. However, it is revealed that the Flowing Sands is where we're supposed to go. Spoiler alert, we've already been there. But if you hadn't gone there before, then you would know through the cutscene, hey, the Holy One mentions this area in the desert. Please don't go there. It's very dangerous. Okay, fine. And then here's the world map where you can see on the left side the 4 locations that we destroyed, and then the 5th one, which is far to the east. Also, the 4 images you saw around the world map, they are the true forms of the Sinistrals. They are much, much meaner, let me tell you. So, our party formation needs to be reset because the young boy was supposed to join but could not. And that was 15 fights, right? I think. Also, side note, that boss Alnus has a special death animation or death moment. If you use the Everfrost crystal on the snowman, and you take the snowman with you to the fire fortress, and you knock out everyone in the party besides the snowman will use the Everfrost crystal to destroy Alnus, of course destroying himself because he no longer has the Everfrost crystal. Yay. So here you can see there's only 2 weapons left, which lets us know that we're done with weapons because I have 3 blacksmiths. So as I mentioned, the dragon scale blade is the final weapon. So here you can choose to make the evil eye, which is a sword, but it's weaker than the dragon scale blade. And then the mortus, which is the bow I already have, you could make one for yourself. I'll go ahead and put it in here since I'm making a blacksmith item anyway. So now the remainder of our time is actually spent revealing the final armor pieces. So we'll still do the 15 fights and whatnot. But then once we land on 4 armors, then I'll completely stop blacksmith ultimate. Also good news, I now have my dragon scale blades. So I can make 5 blades. That way in the future, I'll just whip out sword users if I have to. I have plenty of dragon scales. But they're also extremely expensive, so if you have the means to sell stuff, I highly recommend doing so. Also, I forgot my card. Hold on. I have no idea how much money I have saved because I don't spend any of it ever. But I definitely probably have endless amounts of money. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of running back and forth for just a moment. I just need to buy 2 more dragon scale blades. There it is. So it costs basically max money, 9,999 arums. So if you have a card, you can go talk to the treasury and withdraw money. Now normally they talk to you. I did that off stream. That way it wouldn't waste any of my time. But they give you a card if you've saved more than 1,000 arums. Then you can just withdraw funds. And then they'll always withdraw to max if you have enough money for it. Cool beans. Now I have 5 dragon scale blades. So if I'm thinking of the future, I could just put 5 dragon scale blades in my party and then just wipe the floor with stuff. I'm going to plan that out for speedrunning. Like, what if I do 2 bow users and 3 sword users? Stuff like that. I'll definitely have to do some testing over time. Ta-da! So the 2 dragon scales are actually reserved for the dragon scale shield and the dragon scale armor. Alrighty, so first things first, let's go do the Arc Lord's Tower. Arc Lord Tower. So previously, we ran into Maximus, who fled to the Arc Lord Tower. We talked to this person who mentions that the Divine Order, he can sell Divine Order robes. So we do that, and we immediately rush inside. This is where the people of the church reside. And now we are going to venture up to meet the leader. Now, through this tower, there are a lot of wrong ways to go, but those wrong ways don't actually lead to any items until later. So if you're running around like, oh, I'm going to run up here. Oh, there's a treasure chest. That treasure chest is actually on the other side of the tower, not on the current side. So this is probably the most... there are no battles yet, but this is probably the most confusing. It's like a maze, but worse. So no fights, but you'll definitely get lost a few times, because I absolutely did. Once we reach the top, though, we'll be able to interact with another character that you can recruit. His name is Tiberius. So if you need another Staff of Vivacity, recruiting Tiberius is a good idea. I think Tiberius is a magic user with Martial as well. I don't remember. I only recruited Tiberius for the achievement, and then I kicked him out of my party. Also, again, this is very out of the way. You can get the remaining matriarch items through this process, but you have to do the entire Maximus side quest, have Herman in your party, recruit Nora. But Nora's good regardless, so that's not really a detriment to you. Well, it's a big no-no for me, but it's nice to do because there is an achievement attached with this side quest. So you might as well, experience it for the first time. Make sure you're prepared, though, because some funky things happen first at the top of the tower and then through the tower. We're almost there. First things first, this is Tiberius. Seems very lovely, even though we're not part of the church. Tiberius will still mention, the goodness of people and whatever. Unfortunately, Maximus would like to take over the tower altogether. The power of the matriarch weapons are his. Ha ha ha, this is mine, blah blah blah. There are 4 monsters at the top of the tower. That's where the first shenanigan takes place, because you have to fight all 4 in a gauntlet. So make sure you save before you go outside. And if you were part of the last stream or you saw the video, I mentioned the red dragons return 3 times. Well, this would be number 3. Oh, do I have the Spontoon equipped? Okay. So I want to mention that a fun, air quote, fun thing happens later on. It is recommended that your hero be equipped because you could die. You could get an Obby's Feather from this fight, if you're lucky. Have I gotten it? No. I would like to. That would be actually very sweet. Oh, I forgot to switch my skills back. Whoopsie. That's okay. Minstrel will just be useless. Upon defeating the enemies, we will go back to Tiberius, and then that will start the second part of the Arcward Tower. Whoa, didn't kill it? Also, a good example of regenerating right there. I think we regenerated like 2/3 of the damage that was dealt. Oh, and I deposited that spare Bulova. Whoopsie. Okay, reminder to self to go get that back. Not the end of the world. I have a small damage decrease on Herman because of that, or Black. We talked to Tiberius to learn more about the tower. There was an elevator installed in the tower. Unfortunately, it's not working right now, so we need to find the switch to activate the elevator. Here's where your hero comes into play, your main character. As you traverse the tower on the opposite side, you have to leave a character behind. So every now and then a character will be left behind, which is going to start to shrink your party until you are left with one person left. So this is why you want to make sure your hero is equipped before you start. Because if you don't, then you have a naked hero fighting a boss. And, I mean, Thomas has a lot of health, so he wouldn't be in complete danger. And then throughout the fight, more of your characters will return until you win. I think I usually win the fight at 3 characters in the party. Now, heads up. We are about to enter the right side, and the right side does have monsters. Ruthless. So the robes are disguised as monsters, just like when we were inside of the church in Kedona. With that said, we did 4 fights already. Now we're on 5. So I still want to do my 15 so I can advance the blacksmithing. Whoa! Herman went first? That is surprising. And for what it's worth, I'm always going to say Herman versus Black because I've used Herman far more often than Black. Because Black's name doesn't really come up in conversation or story except for the one time. So I forget about it. I'm like, oh yeah, his name has changed. I should say Black when the hair is black, and Herman when the hair is gray. So I'm just running into some monsters to get up to 15. I should also keep in mind that there is, I believe there are 2 forced encounters here and then a boss. So you don't have to necessarily hit the 15. But always better to be safe than sorry, I say. I am also never remembering where all the treasure chests are, but there are a number inside of this place. Forced encounter number 1. And then if you're thinking about how you lose your characters, it's going to be oldest to most recent. Which means Rook is about to go bye-bye. Nope, it's Black. So, someone has to hold the switch down. Thank you, Black. See you later. They're not gone forever. They'll be back. So now we have to go to where the elevator is located. I'm always setting up the party just in case. I know there's going to be one more forced encounter. And yes, I am obsessed with Minstrel gaining SP. I was never aware of Minstrel as like a playable character for me. I was just like, whatever. But now that I've done all these playthroughs and haven't used Minstrel, Minstrel's like S tier. And Minstrel has an insane amount of SP because that's what keeps happening. I think we're gonna hit, if this keeps up, I could very well hit 200 SP on this character, which is way too high, but I love it. It's a great thing. It shows 189 SP. It's remarkable. Nice block. So here is ally number 2 being removed from the party. So sad. But now we're not going to get it into as many fights. I still will, but I'd rather not. Thanks, Brooke. See you later. Quick detour. I thought there would be a monster in here, but I was wrong. Wool Gulper is mean. Thankfully, it used a weak attack, so yay. Oh boy, we are having lots of fun with Paul. Paul basically carrying the entire run on his back. So thanks, Paul. Here's some treasure. 1,000 arms, and I think probably either some salt liqueur or a barrier stone. I think it's divine liqueur for most of these chests. I think. Oh, another aesthetics robe. Okay. That's fine. The more the merrier, I suppose. The good news with Commander mode as well is your character, who is the hero, will gradually gain health over time. So even though you're not using them whatsoever, they gain HP just like everyone else. So eventually what will happen is your character, hero, will remain at a pretty reasonable amount compared to your party. So there's never an issue of, oh, I need to switch around the 6 people. The only reason why you would switch them in is if you want them to gain SP, MP, any of their weapon skill levels, or if you want them to learn an art. Maybe they are, their weapon affinity is for short swords and you don't have any. You can bring them in to learn the short sword, and then have them go back to the bench. I really like Commander mode. There are fewer buttons to press, and you can make sure that your party just attacks outright or defends. It's a pretty nice system, and you can throw curatives from, behind the scenes. So it's much easier to keep people alive in Commander mode than outside of it. Not that keeping people alive is a problem in general, but if you never have to use healing and you just passively regenerate, that's really nice. Some of the final fights, I don't have to use any healing because they're able to sustain a little bit through regeneration. But if bad things happen and someone gets knocked down who's not Paul, just throw a bomb or two. You'll be fine. This is a tough find. I'm surprised. Yep, there's Minstrel gaining SP still. I love that so much. Okay, I'm so glad Seduction misses. For example, if Paul were to be seduced and use Millionaire on my party, that is a wipe. That is game over. So it's definitely something to be wary of. And there's another Staff of Vivacity. Woo woo. We're losing our next character. Goodbye, Paul. It's getting down to the wire now. We'll see if Minstrel can take people out with Seismic Strike. I think these enemies are flying, though. Okay, cool. They're not. Yay. There's the Divine Liqueur. So this is the one floor or room where there's a lot of options. Only one of them is correct, of course. I always forget, so let me just save. I think it's the one on the right. Okay, I was correct. I got this. I got this. Ooh, this is a nasty fight. As long as it doesn't use the stun shot on... Okay, that's kind of okay. Yikes. See how much damage that was? I think we have a lot of health. But 5 rounds is their version of multi-shot. And it's pretty strong, as you saw. Okay, so this is going to take 2 rounds, Stutter, because 3... Or actually, it's going to take more rounds than that. I should probably leave. 3 of these enemies are flying. I can throw a Fairy Stone. That might take out the Elm Bird. Cool. And also, I believe we are done with fights now, so I can move on. I didn't mean to do that. Supreme Bomb is really nice, though. There are very few of them in the game, and they heal, I believe, 800 HP. So I like to stock them up, and then if I run into a really tough situation during the final fights, then that's when I'll definitely whip out the... Oh no! Ooh, nice block. That probably would have killed had it not been deflected slightly. So good block, Ward. But I also don't know how much damage it does in total. Like it could do 600, which is not going to kill Ward at this point. You go, Minstrel. You keep getting SP. Also, there's the spawn tune, so it actually does... you can acquire it here. But it's not a matriarch item, so you get to keep it. Aw, that's no fun. Thankfully, sleep is healed at the end of the turn in commander mode, but we will have to see if Minstrel gets put to sleep again. Okay. Almost there. So goodbye, Ward. Thank you for defending off the slimes. It was Minstrel? I thought it would have been Ward. Okay. We're learning. Yeah, I definitely thought that would have been Ward, but okay. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. Thomas, you're up. Now, I do know Giant Swing, so I'm definitely going to use that to my advantage. Unless Thomas gets paralyzed. Thank you. Yay, Thomas. Saving the day. Okay, I thought I was going the right way. I absolutely was. There's one more treasure to get. Okay. There's your looting of the Arc Lord Tower. If you don't need any of that stuff, you absolutely can skip it. you're going to get the real good stuff coming up. Goodbye, Ward. I knew thee well. And now it's time. So Thomas by himself versus Maximus. Gas. So here's our boss. Pretty strong, but thanks to the Troll Stone, it will be a little easier to fend him off. And then we just gotta wait a few turns to get some backup. Hey look, we have some backup now. And that's how this fight works. Time passes, more people show up, and he's definitely going down now because I have Doppel Slasher. Even earlier, haha. So here are the relics that we get for defeating Maximus. We get the Staff of Glory, Masquerade, Matriarch's Spear, Trione's Blade, Archfiend's Axe. So 5 different weapons for that. Mind you, since they are relics of the Matriarch, you don't keep them on a subsequent playthrough, so you'd have to get them again. Which is why you have to be a little bit cautious about which weapons you decide to take. Because if you're solely relying on those, and you don't have a backup weapon, then you're kind of stuck when it comes to the new playthrough because you'd have to do the tower all over again to get back to full power. Okay, we're really close. The Tau T pattern, actually doesn't require anything, so it's a free make, yay. And then I need to get the other Witch's Eye for the Evil Eye. Don't remember where that is, but that's okay. I'm sure it's somewhere. Oh, I think the Witch's Eye is in Castle Leonard. The other one. But before we show off everything else, just do a quick scan of the weapons here. So the weapons we just got, we have the we have the Staff of Glory, Masquerade, Matriarch's Spear, Trione's Blade, and the Archfiend Axe, which is very helpful for black. It is the strongest axe. Unfortunately, again, you'd have to acquire it again, but this puts black with all 3 Archfiend items. Yay! I'm also going to go ahead and not use Nutcracker anymore. I'm going to just use sword characters. Also, my party order is jacked up now because of everyone having to leave and rejoin. So you just gotta accept the new order. You can fix it, of course. Easy fix, just remove them and add them back. But it's not that big of a deal, I wouldn't go that far. Minstrel 193 SP. That is so insane. All right. Next side quest. Time to take on Castle Leonid. So, side note, Leonid is my favorite character. However, I will not be recruiting him because of his equipment debauchery. I think we're fine. I did the formation thing, completely forgot, and then I said to myself, you should do your formation, and I'm like, no, I definitely just did it. Okay. Now that we're ready to go, this is our second to last side quest. Very exciting. The first time I went to this area, I was not equipped to fight the monsters. So I was able to win all the way to the final hard boss of the area. And I just got my butt kicked. It was really sad. Now it's very easy, but before I was like, I cannot beat this. I did not know what to do. And it was unfortunate because it was the last thing. Oh well. So, side note, we went to Castle Leonid as part of the main story. So you're doing the prologue. 5 of the 8 characters actually come here to Castle Leonid. Cool. You don't get to really go back and fulfill the rest of the side quest until you do Zweig and you participate in the tournament. I just rested, by the way. So, after you complete the tournament, the Duke of Zweig says, hey, I want you to get the matriarch relic from Leonid the vampire, the Holy Grail. So you come here and he's like, the Holy Grail's in my basement, haha, come get it, basically. Do it if you want to. And we're like, okay, we're stupid, we're silly, we can do it, we got this. So now you go inside Castle Leonid and fight all these undead monsters to get to Leonid himself. Because he has the Holy Grail. Now, I've already been in here because I was doing a little test of learning arts and stuff. So I did some early grinding here when Ellen was in my party. I picked up some stuff already. Cool. Now I'll be going deeper into the castle. I appreciate that we have these forced encounters so I can maintain my speed of clearing. We don't have a lot of areas like this. Take advantage. Does Rook still have the lowest health? Barely, but yes. You can also tell that the battle rank isn't very high because this is where this enemy would spawn the Putrid Gigant. If we're not there yet, we know that the battle rank isn't as high as it is. Am I like barely off of a one-hit here? Jeez. That was good. That was good. I like that. Uh-oh, here we go. Paul has the lowest HP. Is this what was holding Rook back the entire time? We'll find out. This is a good question for me. I'm also curious, what is the maximum SP a character can have? Is it like 255 because of the old school, bit overflow type stuff? I'm not sure. Is it 200 to create a cap? Questions. All I know is Minstrel is extremely strong because of the maxed out sword. So Minstrel becomes higher priority compared to Ward and Rook, simply because of the damage difference. You saw it use Death Shot, which could have killed me, but the Koryu armor actually prevents fainting, which is a one-hit knockout type move. So yay! That's one major benefit of using Koryu armor. New monster alert. New monster alert. The Tau Master is here. For funsies, if you go inside this room, there's nothing here, but if you touch the pots, slime will jump out. I think. There's a slime in the other pot as well, but I just wanted to show that off. Here comes our next forced encounter. This is kind of like a mini-boss, but it's not strong enough to be one, so, here we are. I think it resists Pierce, though. So, things to remember. This looks like Leonid's bedroom, honestly. But it's a little too far away from him. You go inside this room and run down through all these monsters. There is a treasure chest. I believe it is the Sanguinator. fake. I won't go get it. I'm just trying to get more fights in. I will do the next room though, because it's much easier to navigate. 2 chests. This room is interesting because backstory. When I did my very, very first playthrough, that I did not complete because I was very lost, I increased my battle rank in this room. And that's what happened. I like to grind sometimes in games to get myself to a good place. So I just stayed in this room, kept going back and forth, and then I was like, yay, I'm good. And then I wasn't. This is the Golden Bomb, I believe. Nope, it's a lesser version, which is great because it will die much more easily. I think these are both liqueurs, or one is liqueur and one is salt. Okay, yes. All right, here we go. So this is what blocked me in my very first playthrough. Actually a pretty tough monster. It's like a super boss, almost. So, to be serious mode, I'm actually going to switch to more offense. It moves, but the music isn't special, so I'm like, whoa, this is crazy, but this is Yami. Yami's very tough, but not so tough now with my, powered up part. Ta-da! Wasn't so easy the first time, let me tell you. I was getting my face used as a carpet cleaner. Also, there is an extra dragon scale here, so there's 3 dragon scales in total. If you're doing your first playthrough, that's how you get the blade, the shield, and the arm. I forgot about millionaires, so let me put that. Almost forgot the treasure. Twilight Robe. This is fake, so I'll explain that in a moment. But the Twilight Robe we just picked up is a fake version. It's very good, but it's not the real thing. When you come here, this is Leonid's room. Yay. He gives us the Holy Grail. And then if you want, you can then take Leonid with you. As long as you have the Holy Grail, Leonid will be in your party. The Holy Grail is also cool because it recovers 1 SP per turn. So it's kind of a way to naturally increase SP over time, especially while you're in battle. But that covers all of the side quests besides the Phantom Maze, which is what we're going to do next. Of course, we do a pit stop in Pidona, since that's like the central town of this entire thing, this entire game. Should be a dragon scale item now. There it is. So there's the first dragon scale item. Oh yes, we only have the evil eye there. It should be okay to just keep the 1 dragon scale. Okay, so let's talk about the Twilight Robe really quickly. The Twilight Robe here, 4242, is a very powerful item. Leonid has a Twilight Robe equipped permanently. It's very good. The one you get here is a fake version. It doesn't offer the same protections as Leonid's Twilight Robe, but it also makes you undead. So it's a very difficult thing to utilize because just like the Mortus, you can't heal yourself. So if you want the high defense, go for it, but just know that you're losing the ability to heal yourself. Now before I do the Phantom Maze, I will be back really quickly, and then we will do the rest. So 1 moment, please. All right. So we are venturing deeper into the Phantom Maze, where we're going to now learn about a different person's memories or dreams. In this case, we're going to learn about the young boy. Apparently, death always follows the young boy. So in this situation, we're not seeing the dream play out to fruition. We're actually seeing what backstory exists for the young boy. Then we'll venture through the Phantom Maze. So the young boy was not treated very nicely. Very unfortunate. The young boy blames himself for Sarah being stuck in the abyss. So now, it's time. So, multiple issues with the young boy. The first one is there's a nightmare. Okay. Part of the maze always gets me. I believe we just go up off the side here, maybe? Ah, there we go. And here are birds, which hasn't happened yet. This is a great, if you're looking for the Obby feather, this is a great time to hunt down these monsters and find the griffin. I have definitely considered doing it just to have every single item, but we'll see if I actually go through with it. Okay, after all of that, we finally made it. Oh my goodness. And this boy has multiple wishes. But last time I talked about the elephant village. This is that dream that lets us know we should take the young boy to Rashkuta. So the pink elephant, which is the elephant sleeping in the bed in waking life. This is how we see all of this unfold. Because this is the house that we went in to wake the elephant. They also appear inside of the Rotten Sea ruins. Ooh, scary. There. We and the friends are welcome at the home. If we happen to pass through Rashkuta, come visit him. His house is in the northwest. So that's a note like, hey, take yourself with the young boy to that location. We're also now given a charm. The charm is the expert ring, which is what I have equipped on all my people. And that concludes the first of the dreams for this person. So here we go. So there's another nightmare, and it's really sad. We're also learning that the young boy saved the child of destiny, even though he himself was also the child of destiny. It always trips me up as well. I think we just need to go up. Okay, I was one off, no problem. But it was just a dream. He didn't actually save the child of us. However, even though it's just a dream, he still wants the couple to get away from the monster. So why don't we help out? Sure, let's help out. So the boy made 2 different wishes. This is another Hydra monster. Could drop the Hydra skin if I'm lucky. It would save me potentially grinding. So this is not a real dream, or sorry, this is not a real thing that happened. This is just a dream that the young boy is having. So from that perspective, there's nothing to gain in this, but just making sure, you know, peaceful dreams, because that's a little bit tough to do with. So in this situation, the reward is not some glamorous item. Instead, it's a death shard, which is still helpful because the death shard is needed for blacksmithing. However, this is also a gateway to the final boss. So in this situation, we're fighting the super boss of the game. So this particular monster is devouring all of this power from dreams. It's a very, very powerful monster. Look familiar? This one's name is Yama, not Yami. It is very strong, like extremely strong. It has special music, take note of that. But we're here to kick its butt. I think it has 60,000 health, which is extremely high. Very, very, very high. The headbutt attack, I've learned the ward to dodge so no one gets hurt by it. It can also use trample, which I've learned as well. And you can see it regenerates 999 health a turn. So it's a little bit of a bummer to fight. The one attack that always gets me in this fight is Corpse Moss. It's a very powerful attack, so we just hope that it never uses it. Ectoplasm Net is okay because we have the net ward. Trample's okay because we have the trample ward. So that's where wards really matter. If you have enough wards to dodge very powerful attacks, you can essentially, neuter an overpowered boss like this. And in this situation, don't take any damage whatsoever. Huzzah! So this monster no longer consumed the wishes. The wishes have been released, and we are granted the final wish. So they're talking to Julian, Ellen, and Sarah. Interesting. Yes. Also, we learn about the sun being eaten, or we get to be shown the death eclipse happening when Sarah was born, which fulfills the saga that Sarah is a child of destiny as she was born during the death eclipse. Wow. But this is in the remaster only, it's not in the original. So it's nice to get a little bit of extra backstory and fight some hard stuff. And then we learn like how really sad it is for Sarah to have such a troubling dream. And then we get the Master Ring. And the Master Ring gives +5 dexterity, but it also helps you master your arts more easily. It's actually the item I use on all my characters who are not using the Silver Glove. So Rook can't use it because Rook has the loose shirt on, but Paul, Minstrel, and Ward have a Master Ring, as well as Thomas. And then I just got another one because why not? And that concludes our side questing adventures in this final playthrough. Ah, very excited. The only thing left to do is clear out the blacksmithing, and then I can do the final area of the game. And this will be the plat trophy obtained. So I do need to get some casual monster fights going. So instead of killing the monsters, I'm just going to run away. I'm going to do this. And all I have to do, you just have to run into the monster and flee. That counts as 1. Oh! I'll fight this. There's a chance to get the Hydra skin, so why not? I've actually never fought that monster in the middle before. And all you have to do is flee a fight in total 15 times. In this case, you don't have to do that many. But you just run into them, flee, repeat until you feel satisfied with however many fights you've gotten into. And then you can go back to the blacksmith, get your stuff, and move on. So unfortunately, I got to do this boring part, I think twice. So I'll have to do this a few times. Go back to the blacksmith, do this 15 times. And then we should be done. Should be. Maybe. Because the last item, I hope, is the dragon scale armor. There's the dragon scale coat. And now the 5 people are available. So we can see the highest. Oh, we're not done. I forgot. The most powerful armor in the game is after the dragon scale coat. Well, that's unfortunate for me. The reinforced suit. This is all you have to do. Trying to blacksmith quickly in your playthrough, just you can go anywhere and run. Thankfully, this game doesn't have like a you could not flee. Just flee whenever. If you can flee from the monster, of course. Can't flee from bosses. I believe this also counts toward the 300 you need to unlock the temple ruins. So this is another way to move the process along. Max damage, that is wild. Minstrel, so OP. Just in case. Blocks too much. This one shouldn't be able to block because it has no shield. In good news, the reinforced suit does not have a prerequisite, so you'll be able to just snatch that right on up. There it is. Now, I believe this is the final one to show the entire list of items. Just 15 more encounters to go, and that should finish out blacksmithing. As far as this file is concerned, the only thing I haven't done is complete the Abyss League through Merchant. Only thing I didn't do. But it would take a long time, so that's why I haven't bothered with it. It wouldn't take a long time on this particular file because I have all of the unlocks. I would just have to beat the main villain. So I guess I could do it just to show like, hey, here's what happens, but you wouldn't see a lot of the kind of diplomacy around everything because you have to open up certain features and steal specific groups and get capital over time. It's a very I think it's a very interesting and calculated process, for sure. Worth trying it out, especially if you're achievement hunting. It is an achievement, so have fun with it. But one of the big recommendations I have for Abyss League eventually is make sure you use group funds. So if you find, like, let's say a bunch of people who have wool, request funds from one of the wool people, and you might pull a group of funds instead. And pulling from a group is way better than pulling from one. Or using your own capital, because they have a replenishing stock of capital as a group rather than as one, or again as solo capital person. Now in my situation, I have like billions of arms, so there's not a problem for me to just use a couple million here and there. Take what I want. Because, you know, capitalism. I definitely lost count again, which is fine. All right, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's everything. I did make the Ring of Demise, which requires a Death Shard. That's not a problem. Silver armor requires some other piece of armor. And then the Feathered Boots and Hydra Skin Vest require the Monster Drops. The other item, the Evil Eye, requires the Witch's Eye, which comes from... I don't remember where the second one is. However, that is all the stuff. So, yay. Congratulations. Now we get to play a little game of trading. So if we go to Wilmington, because that's where we met up with Fulbright, he will inform us of the next activity going on. So, Fulbright & Co. is one of the several major conglomerates in the world. A number of the people in the conglomerates are participating in illicit activities and they're breaking the law. So they would like me to go defeat the Dofor group in Yarmouth. So now you have to do some strategic planning to stop the Dofor group. In this situation, I don't have to do that at all. I'm just going to go take them out. Take them out means, you know, overpower their company with money. So how this works is there's going to be a trade agent in every town. You just need to know who they are. Talk to people, you'll figure it out. And then we're going to take out the Dofor group. See how much money they have. You're like, whoa, where did they get these funds? You got funds from who knows where. But again, I have billions of dollars, so this is not a problem. So there, we stopped the Dofor group. Yay us, we stopped the Dofor group. Woo! Now I should talk about the Abyss Slave. No? Okay, well, I thought I would show it off, but maybe not. Maybe I have to go do a certain number of battles or something to advance that. Either way, we will now mess... Oh! Yeah, let's finish things off. We did all the side quest stuff as I went through previously. And now we need to deal with the 5th Abyss Gate, which is going to take us into Endgame. So Endgame is going to Zwan and talking to Bai Mei-Niang, who is up here. In doing so, we're going to tell her the story of what's going on. There's an Abyss Gate in the east. We need to, tell me where it is. If you come to the east after doing the 4 Abyss Gates, this all runs together. But in this situation, we first thought that the Abyss Gate was with the Archfiend armor. After defeating the Archfiend armor, nothing happened. So then, Bai Mei-Niang believes that their partner town or capital or whatever is in Huang City. They believe the Abyss Gate is there because the leader, SaGa, is corrupt. So then, Yang Yuchun does say, hey, by the way, there is an Abyss Gate here. We need to get it going. Unfortunately, we can't really sneak in because there's a bunch of people and we'll get arrested. So we're going to create a diversion using the army. So if you say let's do this, you don't immediately get locked out of doing anything else. You absolutely still can. It's just now a process of going into the city. And as soon as you go up the stairs, that's when the end game starts. You cannot stop the end game from here. So if you're trying to do something else, I recommend doing that something else, because as soon as this part starts, it's not going to stop. Okay, we're ready. Woohoo, let's go! The first thing that happens, they have to create a diversion. So we're going to get into a fight. This is well, in my opinion, this is a losing battle. So just make it happen. Oh darn, the mission's over. No, it's not. So here's the third of the Dragon Lords. This one is required. It's the only one that you have to fight. It's pretty tough because it's a fire one. You use Blaze to hit everybody with a fire attack. So, yikes. And you go right into it. So you have to make sure you're prepared prior to that army fight. Because as soon as you end the army fight, you fight this dragon. Now the party starts, so we're going to navigate our way through this entire tower and climb to the top. Different loot areas exist, blocked by a monster. Since these are all forced encounters, they're going to be pretty difficult, high-end monsters. The other ones are going to be blocking your way up. So in this case, it's 3 fights in a row. There's a break, though. It's not a gauntlet. Even though they resist pierce or bows, still able to take out the majority, and then Minstrel takes out the last one. That fight can be pretty tough, especially if they use Wind Blade or Wind Slash. If you want the items here, you can fight that, but the actual way to go is behind the doors. The Koryu armor is behind that monster, so if you want the Koryu armor, take that fight on. Only a few more fights left before we're to the end of this. We'll call it a dungeon, I guess. I feel like the end is much faster than the rest of the game, which is rather uncommon. Usually the end is like supremely long. But those are all the fights. Then we see the young boy being chased. Like, oh no! And so now it's time for endgame. Real endgame. We're about to lose one of our characters. It is your choice who you get rid of. In this situation, because Ward has more damage and health than Rook, I am going to remove Rook from my party, which is something I have not done before, but that's what's going to happen. So I took everything off of Rook because I'm going to also pick up the young boy who's extremely weak. It's okay because I don't need the young boy. I just need to use my 4 people. And this has been my setup for quite a while now. I think like 6 of my 8 character runs are based off of 4 characters only. Of course, he gained a martial level. Rook would gain a martial level because he was no art equipped or weapon he could use, so he had to use fist, and of course, gained the martial level just like that. So Sarah went through the abyss gate herself. Now we're using the young boy to do the same thing. So Sarah went through the gate herself as a child of destiny. The young boy is going to take us through the gate as a child of destiny. Sorry, Rook. Goodbye, friend. So sorry. Please forgive me. We're here, inside of the abyss. Whoa, that's so crazy. So, because, we're here, we're having a good old time, I'm actually going to do... I'm going to save first. I'm actually going to do the final boss fully powered. It's very scary, but that's okay. So normally you can go through the 4 blue gates, and those gates will take you to a fight with one of the Sinistrals. But if you go through the center teleport, you will run into Sarah, of course, but the final boss will be completely powered up by the other Sinistrals. This is an achievement in the game. I've already done it. But this is a very scary fight because of how powerful it is. Also, we learned that there shouldn't be 2 children of destiny. There should only be 1. So had Sarah stayed by herself, she would have been able to thwart the evil and there would have been no dilemma. But since now both children of destiny are together, annihilation is going to ensue through this mythical weird being that we see in the center. However, we're just going to kick its butt. Yay us. And now you can see that we have the opportunity to use a party of 5. But since I'm commander mode, I would prefer to just do a party of 4. And I have not healed in a while, did not realize that, so I'll just fix that real quick. And yeah, here's my final party. Thomas has never been used, that's fine. Black, yay. Paul, yay. Minstrel, super yay. Ward, super yay. I cannot believe Minstrel has 204 SP. That is crazy. Alright. Now we step in, and it's party time. So this boss can create an eclipse, and that's where its defense is lowered, but its damage increases. Cool. Yay, love that for us. But at the beginning, our damage won't look very fancy at all, which is unfortunate. I like fancy damage. Also, I'm losing damage because I can't do dragon formation in this situation. We're doing bulwark instead. Dragon would have given me a nice boost, but I would have lost commander. So, this has been my formation for all my runs. So now, if anything happens, I can heal my party, and as you can see, 400 damage from the boss. So that's why I try to aim for 450, so we can at least tank a hit. $400 damage though? Jeez, that's a lot. I'm going to try not to heal at first. Because if it spreads the damage, we'll get a nice, like, 150 health regen. Okay, that's fine. Also, this boss is using attacks that it would otherwise not use because it has the other full 4 Sinistrals as part of its repertoire. How are we doing? Okay. Sinistral's at half health. Yikes. This is a nice test and show of like how much power this boss really has, because all these attacks wouldn't be used. Nice block, Minstrel. Save your own life there, buddy. So this time I'm actually going to heal Minstrel because I don't want him to die. And here it comes. So it's creating an eclipse, which actually is a field effect that drains my health. So Commander mode is good here because the region will outweigh the damage I take. It's also not defensive at all in this moment. However, it's very strong. So it might just completely wipe me out in a couple turns. We'll see what happens. The main thing is I need Paul to attack. Also here, we know that the boss is almost dead. Well, we should be okay, actually. So Fatal Mirror, someone's going to kill Paul. Oh, it missed. Okay, never mind. We're good. I thought that was going to land. Oh, Vibrato Blade, that's not good. Woo! Look at that damage. But thankfully, that was a wasted turn with the boss. So we should be okay now. Maelstrom is really bad. That is Fornius' attack. It does like 300 damage to everyone. 200, okay. But this has been a pretty calm fight. Mighty Cyclone. 1,000 damage. Just like that. Now, Mighty Cyclone actually doesn't work on black, so had it used Mighty Cyclone on black, we would have been okay. Very unfortunate. So here I'm going to use my Supreme Bomb. That way, Ward is back to full health. Okay, so now they're going to kill Paul. Unless someone else kills the boss. Cool, we won. That's it, GG. Not too bad overall. Paul actually did not die, which I always expect Paul to die because I can't heal Paul. So I think, oh, it'll just use group attacks a lot, and then Paul will get knocked down, and then Paul just stays at 1 health for the rest of the fight. Hoping, of course, Paul attacks at some point, that way we have increased damage. But Paul was left alone. We only really faced one devastating attack, and that was Mighty Cyclone. It went on Ward, which was nice. Would have been better again on Black because Arc Beam Armor is immune to that. But it's okay. Now we see the end here. This is an extremely long ending. Like, extremely long. Maybe like, I think it might be 15 minutes long. So, I just let that play out, but you do have to let it run all the way through until you see the ending. And then you get the trophies. So that's what I'm waiting for, is that final trophy to flash, and then I'll get 2. I'll get 1 for clearing Thomas, and then 1 for getting all the trophies. Yay, Plat Trophy! Woohoo! While we wait, I will disappear, and I don't know. I'll come back in a moment. The cool part about this ending is seeing all the character stuff going on. So we know now, like, ooh, that's Robin. Ooh, wow, exciting. Look, that's Robin too. Ah! Or you've also seen other scenes with different people. We get to see the closure of stuff, like the Matriarch's blade is put back where Gawain's Mount Louvre location, where that's located. Because we don't need the blade of the Matriarch any longer. I am curious about using magic, though. Just not magic like in general, but fusion spells specifically. Because like if I think of the characters, I know that we have a lot of Gimbu mages in the game. I think the Snowman, Thomas, Boston the Crab, and I forget, there may be one more. They are all in the family of Gimbu. I think Bai Ming-yang and Herman/Black are both Soryu users. I know that I believe Volcano and Charles are Shucho. In my file, I gave Moon Magic to use. I'm imagining that General Young is one of the schools, and then Fulbright is as well. So like they're there. They are out and about. It's just finding the 5. So I think there's 6 schools. I don't remember the fusion spells offhand, but I would expect that you don't need all 6. So if we study the 4 fusion spells and we discover that, I don't know, you need 5, you can just set up your party. But keep in mind that the fusion spell requires a particular formation with the specific mages in those slots. So yeah, I've always been curious about testing that. And then, of course, if I have an all-mage party, can the all-mage party win the game? Mage only. No SP, no skills. The problem for me would be I'd have to raise the MP of the characters because I don't use them. And Muse has like 17 MP. So if she's needed for the Moon Magic part, she would be definitely screwed over. Also, I feel like I wouldn't be able to use Undini, who's a very powerful Gimbu sorcerer, because I would want my main character to be Thomas, because Thomas already knows Gimbu magic. So that's part of my dilemma, because you don't want to do commander mode in that situation. However, I don't know, because I've never tested it. Can you do commander mode and conjure the fusion spell? I don't know. But I also don't want to approach that either, because I'd rather decide what spells to use. So here you can see this is the final, like, here's your party. Ward, 42 sword, 30 axe, 765 HP. It's pretty good. Not my highest, but very good. We have Minstrel, my first time using Minstrel. He started out with level 50 in all the offense and got like 100 SP in the entire playthrough. Minstrel MVP. Like, he has to be in the party going forward. Paul has been a strong carry for me ever since my first playthrough. He's an amazing bow user. Highly recommend. Make sure you get him by doing the side quest. Black. Now, the interesting part about this is the game is leveling up Herman and Black through the option that you're not using this character. So Herman is getting leveled up because we're not using Herman, we're using Black. So you're kind of, in effect, leveling up both characters because they share the same stats. So it's wonderful. It's great. Big fan. Love that. So Herman has, Black has been able to be level 50 in Axe, which is awesome for us. High damage. Sarah, as you can see, 47 spear short sword, 50 bow. Sarah would be technically better than Paul, but Sarah gets removed from the party. So you have to keep that in mind. Sarah's great until you can't use her anymore. And then she's literally out of your party forever. So once you do that 4th Sinistral, Sarah's gone. No more. So for me, I'm like, don't use Sarah, because that will just ruin you. And this is, of course, on the offense, the physical perspective, not the magic. Now you can see different fighting. So all these cutscenes are gonna, basically do the credits. Then we're gonna get our achievement at the very end of this. So all of that was just the epilogue. Now we're on the credits. But we're almost there. Almost. We're back again. We're back again. I was even thinking to myself, saying during my first speed run with Khaled, I was like, man, when I 100% a lot of these games, I delete them so I can clear up space on my PS4. And then one of the people viewing was like, well, are you going to delete the game since you're speedrunning it? I was like, ooh, good point. So what's going to happen for me is, as I set up each file for the speedrun, I want to make sure I clear out my bank. That's always going to be part of the problem, because if there's too much stuff to sort through, it'll take me longer to pull out what I need. So I'd prefer always having it set up the same way, where I can go, okay, here's what's in the bank, and this is what's always going to be in the bank. So every time I play it, it's not changing things around. So like, I know for sure I'm going to pull the weapons from Young Boy and the armor into the bank. It's just reminding myself, like, who's going to be in the party, What weapons and armor do they need? Pull out some restoratives, maybe like 5. I don't actually know if I need restoratives, but, you know, just start planning now. That way I can just focus on the adventure. That's Asura, by the way. Also, that's Katarina, which I love Katarina. I think I might make Katarina my main. I think I might be speedrun Katarina going forward. I'll think about it. Because if Khaled and Mikhail can kill the boss without Katarina involved, then I can just let Katarina be a sword user. No, because Katarina's the hero. I always gotta remember that. Katarina's the hero. So it'll be like Katarina, go get Nora, go get go get Minstrel. And then I have to, get Ward. I really have to decide this journey. Anyway, that's what I'll be thinking about. I'll start routing. I'll probably stream and do Romancing SaGa 3 routing. Just so I can set this up appropriately. Anyway, I'm just talking because I'm just waiting for for the credits. There's my dude, Leonid. Long pink flowing hair, black robe. His run is so cool too. It's like his stuff is, billowing in the wind when he runs. He's also a sword user, so coming out here cutting people up, looking fabulous. What I should do, actually, and thinking about this, in part of my routing, I can obtain the different characters and see what their stats are like. Stats being their skills, their levels, not their stamina, strength, etc. Because if I can pull quick characters together who are, level 50 or 45 plus, then I can just use them in my adventure and not have to worry about getting Rook, which I appreciate Rook, but the entire side story plus Sarah, is that worth it? Yes, it is worth it. However, I don't like Sarah because Sarah doesn't like using arts. And if I was relying on Sarah to do something, it might not work in my favor. I'm always thinking about the one fight that matters the most. That 3-plant fight in the Flowing Sands. That fight is the most important fight for me in the entire game. Because if that fight goes one turn, like what we did with Paul, I don't have to worry about anything at all, and I can do the rest. But if that fight goes awry, I feel like that's a break point for me. And the easiest way to do it is Millionaire. So Minstrel is my backbone. I seem to build around Minstrel. Here's my final party and us defeating the boss. Yay. Here it comes. Woohoo! Woohoo! There we go. We did it. We saw the ending. Yay. So now, this is my file. What I've done for each character is I gave them 2 slots. So Thomas has 2, Sarah has 2, Julian, Khaled, Monica, Ellen, Mikhail, Katarina. Katarina was the first one I did I tried very hard to play the game correctly. It was a rough time. She has 835 health, so it gives you some perspective on how much my team had to do. I think Monica was second for me. 22 hours because I was getting better and I was trying to, get familiar with what to do. Julian ended at about 6 hours, 15 minutes. Ellen was 12 hours because, again, I was learning, trying to get better, do the right thing. Great. And then I was like, I think I can do this game faster. I think I can beat this game very quickly. And so with Mikhail, I was like, I got this. And then I realized I had to do a lot of commander stuff. So I was like, well, this is not fun. And then after those 4 characters, these 4, I said, I got this. And so Julian was much easier to play with. Khaled was fine. I actually beat that game faster than Julian. And then my real run was with Sarah. And I beat it in like 3 hours and 30 minutes. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I can't believe this. And then my speed run was about this time, a little bit faster than that. And so now I know, I feel like if I set this up correctly, my first real goal for speed run is sub 3 hours. I feel like I can do that. Yeah, that's how we're doing it. I just have to make sure to load the right file. So for example, load Thomas this file because that's going to pull all my most recent items. That's what you do with your New Game Plus. You new game it, start game with previous data, absolutely. Then you're going to pull this, but it's not just pulling your characters, it's going to pull everything that happened. And then my speedrun decision breakpoint is, who do you pick? And here's what I know. Thomas is fine, but Thomas has a series of side quests to do in order to get the first Archfiend Palace unlocked. So, Thomas, you're out. Mikhail has to do army fights in order to unlock Bunei's palace, or Bunei's territory in Mount Kaftan. So, Mikhail is out. Khaled is fine, but Khaled has an army fight in his storyline that you have to win. He might have 2, I don't remember. But just doing the army fights for me, I don't like that. So I'd like to remove Khaled from the list as well. Sarah is off the table because she makes a very difficult boss fight at the very end of the game. Because she's removed from your party, so you have to do it without a real leader. Monica and Julian are paired together in the storyline, where Monica gets kidnapped by a monster. With Julian, you have to save her, and then you have to talk about joining the Royal Knights and all this other stuff. With Monica, she gets the offer to become wedded to the son of the Duke of Zwei. But again, in both storylines, she gets kidnapped. So the remaining 2 are Ellen and Katarina. Katarina's takes a little bit of time because she has to put away her weapons, and then she has to get put into jail, and then you have to break out of jail, and then you meet up with Khaled and Mikhail, and then you fight the boss of the area. With Ellen, the party has to escort Monica to Olduri with Leonid. Then you have to leave the castle and go back in. Which one takes more time? I don't know. But I feel like Katarina has a shorter conversation line than the others. With my remaining stream time, I'm going to mostly look at my inventory stuff. There's a little bit of side story here. So Katarina specifically has a storyline different than everyone else. You also cannot play with Katarina except in her own storyline. Craziness. But this is also where the story begins. So Katarina learns through Monica that the Chancellor, Godwin, is trying to take over the throne. So Monica is going to leave the castle and go talk to her brother. In the meantime, Katarina uses one of the ladies of the castle as a decoy so that there's no, suspicion. Katarina sets up her weapons and armor in a hidden location because she suspects that she will be detained. After doing so, she sets herself free, and then she runs into Mikhail and Khaled, and they free up the castle. And that is how the journey begins. Katarina. Then Katarina has the matriarch item, the masquerade, stolen from her. Very sad. So here we go. So Katarina is equipped with stuff. What we want to do is get rid of it. Okay, let me open a notepad really quick. Because I want to make a note here. So with Katarina, we leave the room, and then we're going to stash the items. I believe the stash is on the first floor. No, it's in this. Okay, cool. So if I would do routing, I think for me, the routing pathway would be, go down to store the weapons here. But I'm also thinking of doing the fight without Katarina's gear. So if that's a possibility, we're in luck. If it's not, then it's kind of out of the way because it's upstairs. So the second part, she's going to be arrested. So we also want to go into the basement and get the key. And then we're going to store the key in front of the door. So the next thing to do is to go to Monica's room, because that's going to initiate the sequence. And this is where I was wondering, should I do the prison part first, or should I do the weapon part first? I don't think it really matters. Then we have to wait for Lord Mikhail to get here. Cool. Now it's go time. So normally you would want to make sure Katarina is set up to fight. However, do we have to? So now we're going to kick, defend the throne. So Khaled needs to learn Doppelslasher. And so does Lord Mikhail. But here's a good note. Khaled's stats are insanely high. The problem is Khaled is always equipped with this scimitar type sword. So he's completely off the table because his damage is not as high as everyone else because he cannot equip the dragon scale sword. Mikhail is good with the spear, but you recruit him too late in the run to make that worthwhile. So at least for the purposes of what we're doing, we're just making sure that the two of them... I honestly am curious if I can just do Khaled and leave Mikhail alone. And then Katarina, you can see, has all these skills. So I could just equip her with Martial. So let's do that. Katarina gets Meteor Kick. Khaled gets Doppel Slasher. And then leave Mikhail alone. If I could just leave their stuff on, because we're just going to walk in and fight. So I will be selecting the decision of the characters. So here at this point, I would just decide I would do it myself. Easy win. Then that's the victory. Yay, us. We got a victory. So then, that's when the world opens up for Katarina. After we do all of this prologue conversation stuff. Then from there, I would like to go to Pidona because I would like to recruit Sarah and Nora. And the Minstrel. But the Minstrel might be in Mayul's. So I'll do that really quickly. So here is Katarina's unique little side story that happens, which takes a little bit of time. So she has a thing for Lord Mikhail. So they have a little moment here. Love that for them. Oh, so nice for them to be together. Romance, lovely things. Wonderful. Then she hands over the masquerade. And then bam, it's stolen. So it is at that point, Katarina's like, whoopsie, I lost the matriarch's relic that I used to defend and protect Lady Monica. So then as a, form of showing that she's dedicated to her life, she is going to take herself, cut her hair, and then go on a journey to get the weapon back, except we won't get the weapon back in a speedrun because it takes too long. Also, hi, Zessa. So now, boom, the world is open. So if we're doing the speedrun part, this is where I would say, okay, how do I route this correctly? I think Mayul's is definitely the right choice. Yes, it is. Okay, great. So then it's Mayul's, go to the pub and get the Minstrel. Minstrel is my backbone. So might as well get him now. Yay! Oh, have you done all the New Game Plus for this game. If not, I'll do a little show for you as why I picked up Minstrel first. Okay. My Minstrel has maxed out everything, so that's why I'm picking him first. So yeah, I'm routing right now. I'm just thinking of the future. So after that, I'm actually curious about Tatiana because I've never used her before. So I wonder if I keep talking to her. She's going by Tart. Okay, cool. I just want to know. Okay, so she's working with Spear. That's fine. Now here's the thing. I'm not going to use her because her SP is so low. But I'm just thinking, like, who... I don't like Spear users because the damage isn't as high. That's fine. No worries. So what I'm doing also is I'm checking to see what everyone has, because as you New Game Plus, the game levels up characters you don't use, which is interesting. I never used the Minstrel before, which is why he's maxed out now. And I also never used Tatiana, so that's why her Spear is maxed out. She can use Short Sword, but Short Swords also aren't as strong. So, yay. Oh, right. I need to get rid of Tatiana. Goodbye, Tatiana. Okay. So then we go to Pedona, sail to Rye Walls. And we don't need to have maxed out weapons, also. I just want to be set up for a strong enough party. Anyone I can recruit very early will be great. Otherwise, I'm stuck recruiting the elephant, and that takes a little bit of time. Just a little bit. So, as part of routing, talk to this person upstairs, which unlocks the Naj Desert. The Naj Desert will then allow me to go to the Arklord Tower, and then talking to the person in the Arklord Tower will let me know that I can travel east through the Flowing Sands and the Desert of Death to get to the Great Plains and Mwenge Village. Mwenge Village will lead me to Zuan. Zuan will let me get to Zelnam Haunt, which is how we get the Arc Fiend armor. And then the Arc Fiend armor will allow me to unlock Rook with Sarah in the party. I did not mean to talk to this person, but I did anyway. So talk to this person. Flowing Sands are in the east. Yay, we're done. Yes, so I will make sure to avoid encounters when I'm doing speedrunning. Okay, so we're back in Pedona. Hi, Pedona. Love being here. We are big fans of this area. We will run and pick up Sarah, because Sarah unlocks Rook. Oof, old man. Thank you. Okay, so at this point in time, this juncture, we should have 3 people in the party. Yes. So you run left, pick up Nora. After picking up Nora, that leaves us with 2 empty slots. So we then... Oh, I forgot to talk to Thomas. Okay. Recruit Sarah, talk to Thomas. Well, so my current thought until I flesh this out all the way, Nora is my club user, so she can use Nutcracker to lower enemy defense, and she also can use Seismic Strike to take out my first forced encounter in the game. Nope. See, but do I need to recruit Nora if I have the Minstrel? Let's discuss this. So, hold on. Okay, we're back. If I don't recruit Paul, I have the Minstrel. Minstrel will be my bow user. I need to then get 4 other characters for my final party. Is Nora worth the time investment here? Yes. 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 Is she? Okay. Let's continue recruiting Nora. Well, because what winds up happening is if I route everything the way that I want to, I'm trying to skip certain characters. Yes. So with me speedrunning, I'm not building anyone any longer. I'm trying to route who's going to be powerful immediately with the affinities that they have, so that I don't have to build them up. Like Nora is, I think, 42, 45. Very good to use. Love using Nora. But is Nora final 4? Maybe. My final 4 could be Minstrel, Nora, Ward, Rook. Easy, very easy. That's a very easy pickup. So in this playthrough, we would do Minstrel, Sarah, Nora, Thomas, Charles. I'm gonna pull out an Excel. I'm gonna do an Excel. We're gonna make this look very formal. Because I have this game pretty much memorized. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Started game. Main character. Minstrel. Sarah. Nora. 2 slots left. So first major event is saving Gone side quest. At that point, you have a main character, Minstrel, Sarah, Nora, Thomas, Charles. After the side quest, Charles leaves. So now you have an empty slot right here. You need to fill the slot. So you fill the slot with Ward. Because Ward is like level 40 something sword user. It takes time because you have to get through the entire ice area. Ward's in the party, but Ward is a good in-game character, I think. So now you have Sarah is junk. Thomas is junk. So then we do Traveling East. Traveling East eventually would get us Minstrel, Nora, Thomas, Ward, Rook, like that. At this point, Minstrel is in-game the entire time. These are in-game. In-game is in green, sure. Ward is green, Rook is green, Nora is green. So I literally have one character missing at this point. Who can fill that final character slot? Or should I just keep Thomas? Ellen. Hold on, let me go get Ellen. I can't get Ellen because I have to ride a boat. Also, we can discuss characters who cannot join the party because they take too long. For example, Tiberius can't join the party, neither can Boston, neither can the Snowman. I would like to not recruit Paul any longer because I have to do a series of side quests to get Paul in the first place. The bandit side quest takes too much time. Then you have to talk to Paul, go beat your first Sinistral, then go back and get Paul. And I could be grinding in all this time instead of doing all this nonsense. Even this sequence that I'm doing right now, this sequence is required because you can't get to Lance. So you have to do Fidona to Zweig to Just Sturm to Lance. Just Sturm is how we pick up Ward, so he's already on the way. But Ellen is in Lance. Lance also has the bandit side quest. So you could just do that all in sequence. But if I remove the bandit side quest from Lance, who's going to fill my party slot? I could get Herman. Can I beat the final boss with a club user, a bow user, and 2 sword users? Yes, absolutely. So if Ellen is my axe user, which is very accurate, she is an axe user, then I should be okay. I think that's a good in-game party. Mind you, I would kick Ellen... I gotta do my spreadsheet in a second. I would kick Ellen out of the party at the very end. So let's see. Cool. Ellen. Her axe is too low level. I need her axe... Wait! Never mind. Okay, we're good. I don't like Ellen. Let's look at Thomas. Oh wait, never mind. I can't use Thomas because Thomas knows magic. In commander mode, your characters will use what they prefer. Thomas prefers to use Gimbu magic, so Thomas is out of the party because I don't like that. I don't want him to use magic, I want him to use physical arts. Alright, Ellen, goodbye. This is a lot of thinking. I don't know if it's wrong to use Tatiana. Is it wrong to use Tatiana? I don't know why I just went here. Ignore what I just did. Is it wrong to use Tatiana? Spear user? I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Hmm. Do I even need to talk to Thomas? Let's talk. Let's dissect this one. I don't think I need to talk to Thomas. Okay. I should have saved as soon as I started, so I wouldn't have to worry about this. Okay. Let me think about this. So in the world map, we have Khaled uses a sword that I don't like. Ward is good. Pick up Ward. Time sink, but he's worth it. Tatiana is fine. She's a spear user. But I don't need the damage. I don't need my fifth person's damage. I just need a fifth person. Crazy comment coming. What if I just stick with 4 characters? Wow. Okay. I'm thinking. The pathway would be start of game, main character, minstrel. Fix this to be after going to Ryblov. We would do main character, minstrel, Sarah, Nora, Tatiana. Like that. Then we would do just Sturm. Main character, Sarah, Tatiana, Nora, Ward. Like that. Start of game, cool. Ryblov, cool. Just Sturm to get Ward, cool. Then we gotta do all the travel and stuff, but we go east, which would be this same party, except Sarah gets replaced by Rook. Minstrel, Rook, Nora, Ward, final party. Tatiana gets kicked out after we do the Huang City. Final party has Young Boy because required. Young Boy gets kicked out because he gets pulled to the top. You 4-man the boss. That's what I've always been doing. And I 4-man the boss with little HP. No one else. I think this is fair. I also think it's doable. What I need to do is I need to give Sarah magic so she'll get pulled out of the party. Okay. This is fine. I can do this. The real challenge with every single playthrough is going to the bank, because I need to pull the specific items out every time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell all this stuff and practice. This is going to be fun. Okay, final party. Minstrel's using a bow, Rook Ward uses a sword, Nora uses a club, Tatiana uses a spear. So weapons, we would pull 2 dragon scale blades. I'd pull 3 for Katarina, just in case. Now, we would do the sledgehammer for Nora and the Mortus for Minstrel. We would also pull 5 will guards. Nope, 4 will guards. 5 will guards, because I'm not getting the Arcfiend shield. That should be right. Armor, we're doing four Koryu armor, because we will get the Arcfiend armor through going east, and that goes on one of my characters. We would also pull how many? We would pull how many expert rings? 5? 5 expert rings. We would do how many master rings? Okay. 2 dragon scale. I'm making a note. Because I'm not going to do the Silver Hand side quest, 4 of my characters have an empty slot. Rook has 1 slot taken, so I'll do 4 Master Rings. And then the Troll Stones, which I totally skipped over. 4 Troll Stones because we have to do the Royal Ring in order to get inside of the Arcfiend Palace. So when I acquire the Arcfiend armor and the Royal Ring, they just get equipped with it. Is that right? Yes. See how many items I have? It's too many. So I'm going to be shrinking down my item to like a permanent set. That way, every time I load the game, it's not going to mess me up. I also would just pull, for the safety of grinding, I'll just pull like 7 Mind Salts, which is a full SP heal onto Minstrel. And then I would also pull the Barrier Stones. Or I could just pull Barrier Stones. Like 10. How about that? 10 barrier stones. That should get me through the entire game, right? Sure. And then nothing else matters. Okay. I think I would hope it's not made out of brains. Just a little, you just take a little saw, you open up the brain, pull the lid off, and just, season it, take a little fork, scoop, fork out some brains. Have a nice meal. Enjoy. It's like every run, I would do all of this stuff, not the mindsets. Or the distinguished zombie. Absolutely. So my problem right now is I have a lot of stuff. So do I just keep the stuff or do I get rid of it? That's that part. Like, I'm trying to remember what's repeatable in this game. I don't remember. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll do that offline. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sell all the stuff that cannot be refreshed. That way I know this is the standard item pool. Shouldn't I pull a weapon for Tatiana? I should. I should pull a weapon for Tatiana. I just completely eliminated her from my brain. Oh, geez. So I can't do the Blitz Lance because I'm a dummy. So we'll pull the Spontoon. It's true, it's ruining me. Okay, so here's a little taste of like what it looks like. So when you're doing the equipment, this is my bow user. And then I just give them a shield in case they can't attack for whatever reason. Then armor, it's Koryu armor, then you just set them up as needed. Expert ring, master ring, Fulton. And the next character, Sarah. I don't care about Sarah. She's going to get kicked out of my party, so I'm not going to put anything on her. I just need her temporarily. Nora is going to be Sledgehammer into Wilgard, into the same thing. Koryu armor, expert ring, if I equipped it correctly. Master ring, Fulton. Then I know! It's so upsetting. And then there. So Nora looking like a snack. And then Minstrel looking like a snack. Yay. So like we know that those two are set up correctly. We know that Minstrel is going to get the wards. And then this time, he's going to get Millionaire. Nora same setup, but she's going to get Nutcracker. Who's your power couple? Oh, Sarah and Ellen. Sorry, my thing was covering it. Sisters. Ripped apart by destiny, apparently. Milfoy, or Tatiana. Tatiana would be all of this plus a spear. I will give her Stardust because it's good. Love that for me. Might as well equip her since, again, I forgot. Oh, she has the teddy bear. Well, that's dumb. Cool. I cannot believe her family tried to kill her. Cannot believe it. Bunch of demons. Bunch of monsters. Okay. Sarah's just here for emotional support. And then we need to pick up a ward. So at this point, the party would go to Justern. Sorry, my ward doesn't use a great sword. My ward doesn't use a great sword. He uses a dragon scale sword. I guess ward is a bird. It's a fair... would you say ward is a bird? It's not really a bird, but... That works. Macho Man Randy Savage. And then just like his counterparts, he's going to get the same things. And then we're ready to go. So from a formation perspective, we go with the dragon. We put Minstrel in front. We remove Katarina. We put Nora on... Nope. Put Nora on third. And then nothing should live from there. I give them all the same warding. So we do warding, net, rolling slash, trample, tackle, hypnosis, pheromone. I think there's actually 2 different attacks. Rolling slash blocks rolling slash from Alice's in the Abyss. It also blocks Giant Swing from Fornius in the Abyss. I think. Tackle blocks a lot of things. Trample blocks jerks. Hypnosis blocks because I didn't know what else to put on there. And then Pheromone, because I don't think I need to block Pheromone, but who knows? I always block Net because Ectoplasm Net is lame. You don't have to worry about region if you just power overwhelming them and destroy their lives altogether. I will say, in my heart, Fornius is the worst of the Sinistrals. I just don't like Fornius. That's it. That's what I'm sticking with. Like, I don't even, like, Bune, don't even care. Bune, I'll fight her all the time. Alice's kind of a jerk, but not disgusting. I would love to ward Seismic Strike. If I ever get the ward for Seismic Strike, I'll be so happy. Then there's Aunus, and Aunus is just... I would like to also ward Reaper Scythe. But again, I'm sorry. I forgot to set up my little thing. Whoops. Goodbye, Sarah, you're dead. My bad. I forgot to set it up. Woohoo! So then what would happen is... So prior to... No. Okay. So the order of operations here, the idea is to go through the Archfiend Palace and see the door. I don't want to do all this. Oh well. No treasure in speedrun. I have all the stuff I need. I just gotta beat the game. I'm routing for speedrun. You thought you could trick me? No trickery here. Oh, I just went the wrong way. Haha. Okay. We're good. It's fine. I should also set up my party again, but I don't want to. Lies, fairy tale, deceit. No. At least I have the Plat Trophy. That's all I really... Like, that was the victory for today. I got the Platinum Trophy. I'm happy. No! Go away! I have to fight this? I probably have to fight this, don't I? Yes, I have to fight this. Lame. Alright. Try the... I forgot to set it up again. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We did it. Another Platinum Trophy. Yay me. Okay. I can do this. The next fight I get into, I need to switch it so I do arts. I keep forgetting. Add that to the notes. Switch on power offense. I've been thinking, like, what's my next game to play? Besides SaGa Frontier Remastered. I'm not sure. I have games downloaded, I just didn't pick one. Okay, I'm gonna fight this. Well, what is in your queue to play? That is the real question. Come on, millionaire. Woo-hoo! Also, do you have a favorite weapon that you like to use in this game? Ooh, that was mean. Ooh, that was mean. I like spear skills. They just don't have the extreme power that swords do. It's like it's a two-step process. Step 1, get sword. Step 2, use double slasher. Because I'm speedrunning, so I have to clear as quickly as possible. Bow users are absolutely the best. Period. They're the best. Millionaire is great. Multi-shot is great. Axes are fun. I think Marshall might be the best, but who knows? See, I was getting the silver hand in my previous conceptualization of a speedrun, but it's so out of the way. Like, it's very out of the way. I don't even want to deal with it. In all my runs, I've been doing silver hand on Herman/Black with level 50 axe, and then using double Bulova. Shrug. I don't recruit Boston either. I know, I'm such a bully to these characters. So that was my first forced encounter. That's why I wanted Minstrel to be bow user, so I could take that fight out without any worries. Yay me. Love that. So in the routing, I would do this first. Then... No, I would get Ward first. I would still do Ward first. Do that. Then run myself to Lance so I can pick up the Matriarch Ring and initiate the Abyssgate questline. I have recruited Flurry so I can make him die and kill off Aunus without any difficulty. Have you ever done that before? It's actually very sad. It's very sad. I'm like, oh no. The music is very somber. I'm like, oh geez. I mean, yeah, someone died, but we sealed an Abyssgate, so like, come on. Meanwhile, Herman goes from old man to young powerhouse when we kill his equivalent Sinistral. Yeah, one could say young buck. There's a gacha game based on the Saga universe? Interesting. Oh, jeez. No, gacha games are the absolute devil. I almost... Oh, okay. I did it. I dodged it. We're good. I'm good. I'm a legend. I have played my fair share of gacha games, and I have successfully whittled it down to one gacha game. And I feel very, very proud of myself for that because those things are awful. Oh, I almost saved over my Thomas file. I think, I mean, I might as well save over it. Jeez. I don't see the problem of saving over this file. I'll save over this one. Okay. So this is the fight in the speed run that's like make or break because these monsters will one-hit everyone except for War. So the goal is to have a fast character one-hit them first, which is why Minstrel's here. Look at that damage! Boom! We did it. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. And yes, as we all know, this is how we get to the end game. But in order to abuse the system, we have to pull Rook into the party by dumping Sarah. So in order to do this, we complete this entire side quest line in advance of that. Then Rook is in the party, and then we have our final... Oh yeah, ever since, so like I had an original play file that was like 50 hours. I was stuck getting into the final area. I didn't have good gear. I didn't have good arts. I was getting murdered by the Dragon Lord, the fire one. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start entirely over. And so I did. Final fish. And so here we are now on our 10th playthrough, I think. Well, I'm not completing this. I can't speak. I'm not completing this playthrough. I'm just mapping right now. Oh, goodbye, Sarah. This is why we can't get into fights, because we die. But yeah, so what wound up happening to me, I had all my best stuff was learned on Sarah. She was my martial art user. I had some pretty strong stuff. I beat that 4th Abyss Gate, and she left the party, and I had the young boy in my party, and I did not have any great swords whatsoever, or any arts. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I was not aware that I could recruit like an even better 6th party member or commander mode or anything, and I just gave up. And then I started over. Is Acellus in Saga Frontier 1? Okay. Well, I will get to that person eventually, because I'm going to be switching back over to Saga Frontier Remastered shortly. I haven't played that in like 3 weeks. I got some learning to do. Oh yeah, I forgot to teach someone magic. That's unfortunate. I hope she doesn't take minstrel from me. Actually, that wouldn't matter, but whatever, you know. Who is she gonna take? I don't have any magic users. Yes, take my leader. That would be perfect. She's like, okay, you. Like, what? Are you crazy? Oh no! No! That is the one person you can't take. That's annoying. It's not the end of the world because I have Ziling, but I would prefer to lose someone I don't care about. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to teach magic to Sarah. That way Sarah gets taken next time. What's wrong with Ziling? She's a beast. She's a bow user. Oh. I'm like, wait, what happened? She takes out, like, she's the person who takes out the 2 fights for me in this part of the side quest. If I don't have a bow user, which now I do, and then the game said, haha, I got you. Give me your minstrel. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Ziling, do the thing, please. Hello? That was abuse. That's why Sarah died anyway, because we don't like her. It's like the game knows that Sarah's being removed from the party, so they said, take a nap. I don't like this. I mean, I don't care that Sarah's getting knocked down, but I would prefer that Ziling just do the thing. This is why Minstrel has to be first. Ah! Oh, we'll get there. Uh-oh. Are you down for the count? Oh, jeez. Well, this is fun. All good. That's why Ward's in the party. See now? Okay, of course. The final fight, she says, hey, I got you. I got it. I'm good. In the words of the Backstreet Boys, quit playing games with my heart. All right, part 1 is done. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will go to the north and cut off the fiends. Thank you. Move. Also, what is KOTOR? I was trying to decipher the acronym, but I'm not sure what game that is. Kingdom of the Old... Oh. Okay. I've never played that, so that would make sense why I have no idea what you're talking about. Oops. Oh, gotcha. Huzzah! We did it! We got the minstrel back. Thank you, minstrel. We didn't get massacred whatsoever. And now we get to play a game of, haha, I don't believe you, you lying people. Go to jail. And we play another game of, I am the master here, and I'm saying we need to listen to what they have to tell us. Now, move, son. I've always wanted to play, I mean, I keep talking about this. I will play with magic users only. I promise. Eventually. We got two right here. I feel like it's less challenging because I have the mage rings. Like, I have the gear for mages. Undine just eradicating everything with her, the thunderclap. We have... I haven't used anyone else, though, so the MP is very low. Undine has a lot of MP, but no one else does. So I'd have to build them up, which would suck. I just want to note as well that Minstrel started this particular run with 204 SP and is now at 210. Like, what is with this infinite capacity to get more SP? I mean, Undine is just a babe. But I do want to put Volcano and Undine in the same party. Like Charles, who's Charles? We don't know Charles. We know Volcano, okay? Is Minstrel a god or something? Did you ever play Romancing SaGa 2 on PS2? Did they add Volcano? I do not know, but like, there's that side quest in Mazaz where Undine's like, yo, what's up? And so Undine's like, hey, go beat up Volcano. And then Volcano's like, hey, go beat up Undine. And then you're like, how about I go to your well and we take your Arcfiend shield? And they're like, how dare you? We're both going to team up and kick your butt. And then you kick both of their butts. And then you're like, hey, how about you join me in my journey to take out the Sinistrals and the Abyss Gates? And they go, okay, sounds fun. I Every time I do that. Every time. Oh. Well, then that makes sense. Because recruiting like every character in the game is an achievement. Yes, Volcano is super cool. Good news, everyone. We finally made it to Rashkuta. Okay, I'm just checking. I never equipped Sarah with anything because I am a heartless monster. How dare I? It's a pink elephant. Look at us. Maybe I should recruit Tatiana after this so I don't have to do this back and forth running. Bye-bye, Sarah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wait. I was supposed to teach Sarah magic. Well, it's not just pink elephants. We have purple elephants. We have lime green elephants. We have blue elephants. Unfortunately, the blue elephant is a permanent fixture, so maybe it's a diagnosis. Okay, I'm going to kick Ward out of my party. No, I'm kicking Nora out of the party because Nora is in the same town. Then we're going to teach Sarah magic so she becomes the victim. I'm assuming. I'll have to test this. What? Oh, I can't get Sarah back because of Master Thomas. You know what? I don't care. I'll do it next time. Wait. Let's give Tatiana magic then. It doesn't matter. I just need someone to know magic. Woohoo! We did it. Okay, now I have to think about this. Welcome to my final party of people who have stuff equipped. Yay, look at me. I'm magnificent. There you have it. Everyone has their stuff equipped. Yay. This party doesn't change, so I just have to set them up one time. That's it. Then the goal is to get this party to 450 HP around, and then go beat up every single Sinistral. Ta-da! And that's it. I'm gonna make notes. I gotta make notes. Namely, what gear is not permanent and things like that. So in my spare time, I'll be doing all that. Yeah. That's all for my little early stream today. I'm gonna do some chaotic stuff, but I'm going to be prepping myself for a speedrun. So the idea is to equip what I need to, leave that stuff in my inventory. Then when I do the next run, it'll just cycle in and overflow, which means I won't have anything happen. So when I go to that bank, I know this is the stuff that stays in the bank, and then I can withdraw knowing the order of events. That's the idea. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna mess around. Lovely Saturday and other things of that nature. So with that said, I'm going to disappear now. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and have a good rest of your weekend. Goodbye.